call this meeting of the Board of Fremont County Commissioners to order. If you all please rise, join us for an invocation from Joe Garkovich from Mercy Today's Ministries, followed by the pledge.
Let us pray. Holy One, we thank you for this day, another day in which to serve you. As this group of dedicated public servants gathers this morning, I pray that you would grant them compassion and courage and wisdom to make the best decisions for all of our residents here in Fremont County. And I also like to lift up all of our other county employees and ask that you watch over them and guide them this day and in the future as they perform all of their important duties. And all these prayers I send to you in Christ's name. Amen.
Amen. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Joe.
Joe.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner McFall?
Present.
Commissioner Bell?
Present.
Commissioner Grantham?
Here.
County Attorney Bellis?
Present.
County Administrator Kurochi?
Present.
Planning and Zoning Director Victoria?
Present.
Thank you. Move to approval of the agenda.
Yes, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, I am unaware of any changes we need to make to today's agenda, so I move to approve as presented.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the agenda. Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Bell?
Aye.
Commissioner Grantham?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Aye. It's okay. Move on to the consent agenda.
It was approved.
Notice on the consent agenda, we are scheduling a special meeting for Tuesday, July 30th, 2024 at 10:30. It is one item, and it's for issuance of a malt, venison, spirituous, and fermented malt beverage special events permit for Royal Gorge Chamber Alliance for an event on August 8th. So we will have that special meeting at 10:30 in this room on July 30th.
With that, Mr. Chair, I would move that we approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Been moved and seconded to approve the consent agenda. Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Grantham?
Aye.
Commissioner Bell?
Aye.
Commissioner McFall?
Aye.
Motion carries.
We move on to administrative and informational. We're going to start with our Public Trustees Quarterly Report. Ms. Kathy Elliott, Fremont County Public Trustee. Good morning.
Good morning.
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 Good morning. So we finished June 2024 with 28 foreclosures initiated, which is 4 less than last year. But we've gotten, I think, 5 since end of June. Just kind of not really picking up, but not really slowing down anymore either. One thing I will mention for everybody is that the public trustee fees as of July 1st all doubled. So releases of deeds of trust are now $43, which 30 of that is for the public trustee office, and then the $13 for the clerk's office, which that will all change July of next year as well. So
Okay.
So, what did you say, 28 foreclosures?
28 as of June 30th.
I watch too many market-related shows on the TV, and there's a lot of worry about that increasing very rapidly here pretty quick because of the interest rates and the way everything's going. So I hope it doesn't, but...
And there are still some moratoriums out there on foreclosures. So I know that the Veterans Administration, which it should be, is still on moratorium until the end of December of this
That's
year.
good. That's good.
So.
Okay, thank you. Any questions for Kathy?
I just would ask you if the prices that you're charging doubled, you said?
They did.
Was that a state mandate? Where did that actually come from?
That actually was state mandated. That was initiated through Douglas County, and other counties jumped on board and they got the legislation passed. So
Okay, so that's not something that Fremont County said, hey, we're just going to do this?
no, absolutely not.
Okay.
And there's no
No.
way to opt out of that?
No,
Dang it. Okay.
no.
All right, thanks for that.
Really, can I give you a little background?
Sure.
There are a lot of counties out there that they get 1 or 2 foreclosures a year. And there are, and as far as releases, they may get 10 a year. So they are not making the $12,500 that they are supposed to get paid each year. So they are not getting that extra stipend for that. So they were trying to come up with a way of increasing that. Some counties wanted only the foreclosure processes to increase, but if you're only getting 1 foreclosure a year, that's not going to help a whole lot either. So they're trying to help the little people, but
I guess I see the rationale, but I'm glad they don't have foreclosures.
yeah,
I mean, come on.
yeah,
Well, but at the same time, if you're only getting 1 a year and you double
Yeah.
that, one, that's
It's
still
still
not
not
going to
gonna
pay
get
for
them
any.
there. Yeah.
Correct. So,
yeah.
yeah. Well, we never sat up here and said that our legislature made a lot of sense, so. With that, Mr. Chair, I do have a motion.
Okay, thank you.
I move to accept the Public Trustees Quarterly Report for the months of April, May, and June of 2024.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to accept the Public Trustees Quarterly Report. Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Bell?
Aye.
Commissioner Grantham?
Aye.
Commissioner McFall?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Then we move on to the semi-annual treasurer's report.
All right, so on that, we are looking really good at the end of June. I believe we're up $4.6 million over last year. It's kind of all over the place. General fund is up approximately 2.6 million. Sheriff's office is down $500,000. DOT is down 700,000. DHS is up $1 million. Airport is up 300,000. So it's kind of all over the place where,
Where we need it the most, Sheriff's Department and roads, it's down.
yeah,
Yeah, it's interesting.
yeah.
It is interesting, isn't it?
Any questions, comments?
No,
Nope.
just a motion.
Ready for a motion?
Mr. Chair, I move that we accept the semi-annual treasurer report from our treasurer.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to accept the semi-annual treasury report. Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Grantham?
Aye.
Commissioner Bell?
Aye.
Commissioner McFall?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thanks,
you.
Kathy.
Thanks, Kathy.
Thanks.
We move on to our sales and use tax report. Mr. Sean Sutton, he's our budget and finance officer. Good morning, Sean.
Good morning.
Morning.
Morning all, how are we?
Good.
Wonderful.
Good day. Thanks for having me up again this month. We'll go over the retail sales tax and auto use sales tax for the months of May and June 2024. So we'll start off with the Fremont County retail sales tax collection for the month of May totaled $831,828, which is $55,905 less than 2023. Year-to-date collections total $3,753,908, which is $56,783 more than 2023. And then versus budget, we are $316,408 ahead of budget. The auto use sales tax collection for June, Fremont County's portion is $126,208. This is $42,189 less than 2023. However, year-to-date, we're sitting at $729,240, which is $29,460 less than 2023, but we are $91,740 ahead of budget. The next report is the lodging report for May. Total collections were $196, which was $196 more than 2023. Again, this is an off month, quarterly collections, so this was just a catch-up. Look forward to see what June are, but currently we're sitting at $54,436, which is $9,355 less than 2023. Then we're $93,480 behind budget, but again, with June coming up, it'll be a quarterly collection. We'll be able to have a good idea kind of where we're sitting.
Just a quick note on that, if I could, while we're on that page. Just looking From an individual's perspective, it seems to me as though our hotels have just been loaded over the last 6 weeks or so, that there have been so many people in there. You drive by, all the parking lots are full, so I think it's looking really good. We just have to wait until that actually hits us. So I think the next few months are going to look pretty good for Fremont County.
Fingers crossed.
Yes.
So next report, thanks for that, Debbie. Sheriff retail sales tax collection for the month of May totaled $554,552, which was $37,270 less than 2023. Year-to-date total, $2,502,605, which is $37,861 more than 2023. Then we are ahead of budget by $117,188. The final report is the sheriff auto use sales tax collection portion. For June totaled $84,139. This was $28,126 less than 2023. Year-to-date total is $486,161, which is $19,640 less than 2023. But we are ahead of, again, budget, 2024 budget by $73,661. Specifically with the auto use sales tax, Clerk Grantham isn't here, but it was kind of an expectation that those wouldn't quite match the expectations of 2023. So obviously we did a little conservative budget, just like we did with the retail sales tax collection. As Debbie indicated, we do have a lot of tourism going on this time of year, and typically the warm months do bring in increased revenue for us. So even though we did have a down June, just looking to see, I guess, if that was an abnormal 2023 or if we'll catch up over the next few months. Again, revenue, we're pretty well right on, if not ahead of budget. So overall, decent report, but we'll continue to monitor it and see if we need to make any changes as the year continues.
Thank you, Sean. Any comments, questions?
Nope.
It just looks really good, so thanks for the report.
You bet.
Thanks, Sean.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Next, we have our county administrator's report, Mr. Tony Croce. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Chair. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
So I'll begin with employment opportunities within Fremont County. Within our Department of Human Services, we have an ongoing caseworker position that closes October the 18th. I had to look at that again to make sure it said October. Front desk clerk closes August the 1st. In our facilities department, we have a custodial opening that closes on July the 31st. Our Fremont County Sheriff's Office, we have a patrol deputy and training position that closes today, July 23rd. And in our Department of Transportation, we have an assistant supervisor position that closes on August the 8th, and a heavy equipment operator, which closes on August the 26th. So for more information about employment opportunities with Fremont County, please visit our county website at fremontcountyco.gov or call our HR department at 719-276-7409. The Department of Human Services will be closed all day tomorrow, Wednesday, July 24th, to allow staff to participate in their quarterly professional development day. DHS will reopen at 7 a.m. on July the 25th. Thank you for your understanding and patience. Grandview Bridge Project, an update. The business access signage is being added along Steinmeier Avenue, East Main Street, and Highway 50. And it will say construction site closed signage is being added around the construction zone to help keep pedestrians and bicyclists out of the area also. The center pier footing has been poured and concrete strength is undergoing testing and proving. This week, the contractor will begin forming and placing reinforcement for the pier wall. The pier wall concrete pour is tentatively planned for July the 26th. And finally, free legal clinics. The free legal clinics that are conducted by the Colorado Legal Services will be implementing some changes in outreach beginning in August. To improve outreach impact, they will be moving their clinics from the Fremont County Administration Building to the Fremont County Judicial Building on Justice Center Road. effective August 9th. They will have an attorney present at the County Administration Building this Thursday, July 25th, but then will transition to the Judicial Building in August. Their clinics will also be changing from every other Thursday to every other Friday from 10 to 2 p.m. and will be located in room 105 at the Judicial Building. Robbie McPherson is the point of contact at the Fremont County Judicial Building. And that is all I have today, sir.
Thank you, sir. All right. Other comments? Commissioner Bell.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chair. I do have one thing today I would like to discuss. Many of you know and have known and have seen County Attorney Brenda Jackson sitting up here with the rest of us for many, many years. Brenda has served Fremont County for 32 years, and she's working toward retirement. So she stepped away full-time. We do have our excellent replacement in place, Eric Bellis, but Brenda is slowly moving away. She's working very part-time, and she's continuing to step away from the job. So we've decided it's time to celebrate Brenda and all her years of service to Fremont County. So for anyone who is interested, we are hosting a retirement party for her next Thursday, which is August 1st, from 1 to 3 o'clock in the afternoon. We're doing this as part of the Fremont County 100th Fair and Rodeo. So we expect a lot of people to be there, a lot of people to show up. That means this will be held at the Pathfinder Park Indoor Event Center. And I would really like to see all of you there to help congratulate Brenda on a very long, very incredibly successful career as defending Fremont County and always keeping us in line, or at least trying to keep us in line as Fremont County Attorney. We just appreciate her work very, very much, and I would like to see you all there. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Did you figure out how to download that institutional knowledge that she has in her head before she goes?
We're still working on
Okay.
that, yes.
Get that, hopefully. Commissioner Grant.
And while we'll be celebrating that, and her retirement on August 1st, it's also going to be the 148th birthday of the state of Colorado. Colorado Day is August 1st
Colorado Day.
as well. Of course, there'll be a whole lot of events, and I think the chair will probably be talking a little bit more about the fair. I was just going to bring up, we did have the chance week before last, kind of, a week and a half ago now-ish, to attend the NACO conference down in Tampa, the National Association of Counties, and it was the national conference for that, and each of us participating in some of the different steering committees, and I think that was outlined actually in a recent article that was in the Daily Record. But it's interesting for us, at least, that where we're able to participate in some of these different steering committees, different policy committees, usually within our own wheelhouses. We all have very similar interests, but then we also have some divergence that we like to pay attention to, the chairman in particular with public lands and the expertise he carries with him there, and Commissioner Bell and on the Ag and Rural Affairs Steering Committee. And I, this is actually my first national conference for the National Association of Counties, and I jumped in on one of the things that kind of gets my juices flowing, which is the Finance and Pensions and Intergovernmental Affairs Policy Steering Committee. That sounds fun, doesn't it? But it is the one thing that kind of piques my interest. So I dove into that and joined that Policy Steering Committee. It covers all matters such as financial resources for counties, fiscal management, federal assistance, municipal borrowing, county revenues, federal budgets, et cetera, all that fun stuff that I'm sure is totally riveting for all of your attention. But I do enjoy it. I like focusing on such things, and so that's the one that I dove into, and looking forward to that, actually, as we see how that progresses in involvement there, like my two colleagues and their involvement in the other steering committees. So That's just a quick report. We had a good conference and a lot of good information coming out of those kind of conferences, and a lot of confab with many of our colleagues across the country and some of our colleagues that we know from right here in the state. So very much enjoyed that and got a lot of good information out of that. So that's it.
Thank you, sir. Just want to kind of add to that. A lot of people ask why we go do that, because it does have something to do with Fremont County. We do have a national voice with National Association of Counties, which affects the whole state of Colorado and Fremont County specifically. So that voice at the table is very important. We all feel fighting for our constituents and our way of life out here in Fremont County, and that's why I do it, and I'm sure you guys do as well. So it is pretty rewarding, as the same way we do it with Colorado Counties Incorporated and on the state level, is to have that voice for Fremont County. And that's what you guys elected us for, and we're here doing the job for you. So that's why we do that. I want to talk real quick, like you mentioned, about the 100th Fremont County Fair and Rodeo. It's actually been going on for a day or two. The July 13th through the 21st, they've had shooting sport events. The actual ribbon cutting is Friday, the 26th, and that's John C. Fremont Day at Pathfinder Park Event Center. That evening there is a junior rodeo, but we will also have the ribbon cutting, and John C. Fremont, where is he? Right over here. He'll be out there, and I think he's going to cut the ribbon with his sword, so that's going to be pretty cool. Hope it works.
No small children will be allowed.
Yeah, we'll see how it works. But I encourage everybody to come out to that rodeo and enjoy the ribbon cutting. They're also going to honor the 4-H Family of the Year at that ribbon cutting, so that'll be great.
Times? You can give times?
Oh, yeah, times. The ribbon cutting and the rodeo, 5:45. I think we'll have the ribbon cutting about 6. They do have a dog show that day. There is a schedule of the fair. It is on FremontCountyCO.gov. Down at the bottom, there's a link for the fair, and you can click on that and get this whole schedule of events for the whole week. Then the next one I wanted to highlight is Thursday, August 1st. Commissioner Bell mentioned Ms. Jackson's retirement party, but also they are accepting open garden judging, open garden stuff. For those of you that aren't in 4-H FFA, you have garden stuff, you want to enter it into the fair, open garden entries, there we go, that's the word, from 9 to noon that day. So bring your big tomatoes and whatever else you have grown out there and enter those in the fair. And then the next one is Friday, August 2nd, is Family and Celebration of Senior Day. They start off from 7:30 to 9 in honor of senior citizens with a complimentary breakfast of biscuits and gravy. So anyone 65 and over, it's first come, first served, but it'll be there in the event center. That's a great way to start the day, because then the rest of the day is just full of fun activities for the entire family. There's a slide of circuses there, there's trick riders, there's a pee-wee show, the little kids get to show some rabbits, nature's educators, a petting zoo, pee-wee livestock show, there's trick riders again. Old timers will get showmanship. That's folks that used to be in 4-H or FFA or have kids in it now. They can actually show an animal and compete. Country Music Association will have music out there. There's cake decorating. There's a beekeeping presentation, a watermelon eating contest. Randy Keller, a corner, is going to go out there and try to beat those kids eating watermelon, he told me. So we'll see how that works out.
Oh, I passed that off to you.
Oh, did you? Okay. Dang it. And then followed that evening by a free concert by Copacetic Chaos in the arena. And then one more highlight is Saturday the 3rd is the last day of the fair. They have some show classes. Country Music Association will be there. But then there's a buyer's barbecue. Those that have bought in the pasture are thinking about buying an animal in the livestock auction from those kids is that day. The barbecue starts at 2 o'clock, and the 4-H and FFA market livestock sale begins at 4 o'clock. And that is the end of those kids' hard work trying to sell that animal so they can make money to start next year's project and get that going. So look forward to the fair. It's going to be a great time. We've got a lot of vendors coming out there this year. They have themed every day as the 1980s, 90s, the 1930s, and 40s, just kind of trying to bring some history out through the year.
I wanted to show folks everything that you just said. There's probably, again, 3 times as much as what Dwayne just talked about on the actual schedule. So go online and check that out.
Yeah,
Something for everybody.
something for everybody. On the Family Day, we do have the spirits too. If those of you that are around Fremont County know, the spirits come out, and they will be out there walking around telling stories about folks that have been in the community or in the area at times, and it's going to be pretty interesting. So come out and enjoy the beautiful park. Last year we had some drainage problems. I think we've got those fixed, so even if it does rain, we shouldn't be standing in ankle-deep mud, hopefully. But that's a good thing. So, and then just to finish it up, we have been getting a few little sprinkles and rain showers, but it is still very dry out there. There's fires kind of all the way around us. Thank God we don't have any here yet, but just be very careful and diligent when you're out there, and don't start any fires. Okay, anything else from up here? Okay, now we move to citizens who wish to to address the commissioners on matters not scheduled on the agenda. Is there anyone? Okay. Seeing none, moving on. We have no old business. We'll jump right into new business. First item on new business is the introduction of Mike Cafasso, right? He's the CEO of St. Thomas More Hospital of Canyon City and St. Mary Corwin Hospital of Pueblo. Welcome, Mike. Thanks for stopping by.
Good morning. Good morning, and thank you for the opportunity to be here in front of you. I just wanted to give you a little bit of an introduction. Again, Mike Cafasso, CEO, now CEO permanent at St. Thomas More. I've been serving in the role as interim since last July, so it's not a new role, but now a permanent role. And I'm happy to report that the hospital is doing very well, both in quality and in financial terms. But I want to take a second just to explain a little bit about the new name and the new naming convention called Common Spirit. People wonder, where did that come from, and did you sell? Is it a new company? No, it's all the same. It is a merger between CHI, you may know that name, or Catholic Health Initiatives, and Dignity Health, now forming the largest Catholic healthcare system in the country with 140 plus hospitals. The name will remain St. Thomas More here. We'll just have Common Spirit in front of it. And just to clarify, people ask, where did that name come from? So I wanted to make sure I got it right. It actually came out of Scripture, Corinthians 12, and it reads, "Now to each one, the manifestation of the Spirit is given for the common good." So hence the name Common Spirit, which I'm happy to say everything I've seen thus far has been really supportive of all local markets, allowing the hospitals to function in and around their markets as required and necessary to make it all happen. A lot of upgrades in the hospital. We've recently updated the ICU and the ER, and we continue to utilize the new medical office building. It's full to the gills. We're actually having a look at expansion going forward on that. But again, I thank you for the opportunity to be in front of you, and hopefully I'll meet you out there. Some of you already know, but love to have the opportunity to come before you again. So thank you again. Are there any questions that I might answer?
Well, I appreciate you coming by, and I hope when I do meet you, it's not because I'm in there, it's because I'm just stopping
I hope
by.
so,
But
too.
yeah,
Let me
I
know if
appreciate
you
you
are.
stopping by and letting people know who you are and what's going on up there, because a lot of people have a lot of questions about that hospital sometimes.
Very good. The door is open. Please feel free to call, and anyone online, happy to answer any questions. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thanks, Mike.
Thanks so much.
Thank you. Bye.
All right, we move on to item number 2, is a congressional record recognizing Fremont County Coroner Randy Keller. We have Justin Kurth here this morning, who's the Regional Director and Outreach Coordinator for Congresswoman Brittany Pedersen. Good morning, Justin.
Good morning, Mr. Chair. Good morning,
Good morning.
everybody.
Morning.
Firstly, I wanted to take a second and say thank you to Tony. Each time I've reached out to Tony in his office, he's been more than happy to make time for me, so I appreciate you, Tony, and just wanted to extend that thanks to you, too. But enough about Tony. Just wanted to stop by and share this congressional record that I think a very valuable member of our community, and I'll just start by reading from the top. Congressional record of proceedings and debates in the 118th Congress Second Session, the House of Representatives, recognizing Randy Keller. Mr. Speaker, I rise today to recognize Randy Keller of Canyon City, Colorado, for his outstanding performance of duties as the Fremont County Coroner during the extraordinary circumstances during the funeral home tragedy in Penrose, Colorado. In October 2023, the remains of nearly 200 individuals were found improperly stored at a local funeral home. This horrific and shocking crime rocked the close-knit community and prompted Colorado officials to declare a state of disaster. As the coroner, Mr. Keller oversaw this crisis with incredible efficiency and compassion. Families who had worked with the funeral home during some of their most vulnerable moments were left wondering if their loved ones were cared for properly. Mr. Keller worked overtime to coordinate with local, state, and federal agencies to identify deceased, notify their loved ones, and seek justice for community members impacted by this tragedy. Mr. Keller's work gave closure to grieving families and helped restore trust to the people of Fremont County. On behalf of the people of the Colorado 7th Congressional District, it is my honor to recognize Randy Keller for his commitment and service to Fremont County. Thank you. Signed, Brittany Pedersen, Member of Congress.
Mr. Keller, come on up. Do you want to get a picture of them? Get it out of the way.
I'm going to sit right here.
As those and myself, appreciate all the work you did to keep the community where you need to be. Thank you so much.
Might say a couple words, please.
Use the mic, Randy.
We need the mic.
Use the mic, please. Yeah. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much. I'm very honored to receive this. The one thing I want to say, though, is yes, I headed up everything for the Return to Nature Funeral Home, but I can't thank Chief Deputy Laura Allen in my office enough, all of our staff that help with this, all of our local agencies that assisted, and the folks in the county that helped with this. I don't want to go into names because I will definitely miss somebody, because there were hundreds and hundreds of people involved in this, and it's all the agencies came together very, very strong and made it a lot easier on myself and my office, and I can't thank everyone enough. So thank you all so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Randy.
Thanks, Randy.
Thanks, Justin. Okay, we move on to item number 3, which is requesting an issuance of a malt venison spiritus and fermented malt beverage special events permit for Florence FFA alumni and supporters for an event at Pathfinder Park Event Center, 6655 Highway 115 in Florence, on the following dates: July 26th and 27th from 12 to 12, and August 2nd and 3rd from 12 to 12. We have Jessica Nash here this morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Tell us a little bit about how this event's going to work out there. It's during the fair, obviously.
Yes, we are going to have our FFA booster come in and set up, and then we will be selling liquor. Everyone that is selling it is tip certified, and we have the perimeter set up, and
we have about 5 people that are going to also be along the perimeter that are working with the boosters. Our sales are going to be limited to, I think, 4 beverages. That way we can keep track of what we are serving. I think we have 6 people that are tip certified, so we have a plan in place with Jessica's help and Cynthia Fall's help. We're putting up fence on Friday, or that perimeter. We're putting up panels with T-posts, signs that say "Do not enter," "Do not leave this area with your beverage," and then all of those little smiley faces are going to be manned by a person.
And it's beer, not liquor.
Correct.
Right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. So it's going to be, just the beer, and
Yeah.
I think we might have.
We have special requests for twisted tea.
Yeah. So the twisted lemonades or whatever, but yeah.
Okay, any questions?
I do have a question. Understanding that all of your servers are tip certified, how are you going to control no one underage drinking? Are you using an armband system?
yes.
We are, yes. We're gonna have a separate table when they first enter the pavilion for ID checks. They will only be given the wristband if our ID check folks give them that band. And then once they go to the serving table, they will be We'll have lights set up too, because it will be dark at some point during the rodeo. They will be scanned for their bands.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
They do a good job of that. Last year, they
Yeah.
made sure that I got my band. I tell you.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what age you look like, we're carding everybody.
What do you mean by that?
Just saying. Everybody gets
I know
carded.
exactly what she meant.
I was just testing them. That's all it was. Any other questions at this point?
Sure.
Can I get a staff report, please, Sammy?
So, yeah, Florence FFA alumni and supporters is out at the Pathfinder Park during the county fair. The 45-day requirement was met. The required checks submitted. Sheriff and Health recommend approval. Proof of posting was perfect, so Clerk's office recommends approval.
Thank you. Any
Thanks,
questions for
thanks,
Sammy?
Sammy. Nope,
Nope.
Okay, entertain a motion unless there's more questions.
no questions. I'm prepared. All right, Mr. Chair, I move to approve the issuance of a malt, venison, spirituous, and fermented malt beverage special event permit for the Florence FFA alumni and supporters for the event, which is the Fremont County Fair, at Pathfinder Park and Event Center on the dates July 26th and 27th, as well as August 2nd and August 3rd, from midnight to midnight.
Second.
It has been moved and seconded to approve the malt, venison, spirituous, and fermented malt beverage event, special events, as stated by Commissioner Bell. Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Bell?
Aye.
Commissioner Grantham?
Aye.
Commissioner McFall?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
All right,
See
good
you at
luck
the
with
fair.
your event.
Thank you.
Item number 4 is a lot line adjustment 24-003 for Bartolome. Is that how you say that? Bartolome. Thank you. Requested for a lot line adjustment 1919 Arnold Drive, Cotopaxi, Colorado. And we have John and Lynn Bartolome here this morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
So what are we doing here?
I have 10.8 acres that is a long strip up past my other properties, and I'd like to cut off 6 acres in the front of it and just leave the back half that's adjacent to the lots I have, because it's kind of an unusable space because of the configuration of the property of the lot. And so I'm just requesting that we just redraw lot line.
Okay.
The one property is that I've adjoined it to. There's not going to be any building on it. There's not going to be any. It already has Sangre de Cristo Electric access there. I'm just adjoining it to this other lot so I can get off 6 acres from the front of it.
Okay. Any questions
Not
from
at
him
this
so
time.
far? I get a staff report, please, Mr. Victoria.
Hello,
Morning.
everyone.
Good morning.
Morning.
All right, so we have lot line adjustment 24003 Bartolome. They're requesting a variance from the Fremont County Subdivision Regulations, Appendix 1, Section B, Number 10, which is lot standards. It states, where possible, the depth of the lot should not be greater than twice the width. Lot number 1 is, as proposed, 10.05 acres. Lot number 2, 6 acres. Both are located in the agricultural rural zone district at 1919 Arnold Drive in Cotopaxi. Both lot 1 and 2 are currently vacant. So they meet all the requirements for that zone district. The applicant has attempted a reconfiguration once with their submittal. This one, right now, it doesn't meet that section of our regulations. So what they're doing isn't necessarily making, or what they're requesting isn't necessarily making it worse, because right now it doesn't meet. They've tried to reconfigure, it's not meeting, because I don't have a mechanism to do it. Per my regs, we recommend denial or reconfiguration. However, this was presented to the Planning Commission, and Planning Commission thought it was acceptable to grant this variance. And I would recommend that if we grant the variance, that we have a contingency item that any red lines on the plat are finished prior to recording. So the applicant's tried, I just don't have the ability to approve.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I guess I'll just note that in the regulations, it says wherever possible.
Yes.
And I think that's the part that allows us to, we can do it anyway, but approve this variance, but.
You guys absolutely have the discretion,
Yeah,
I do not.
You do not, yeah. And that's why we're here today, and I appreciate you reconfiguring it a couple times, trying to make it come into standards, and sometimes it just doesn't work, I get that. So, any questions or concerns from commissioners?
Not really, not really a question, but just more of a comment that we do have some very odd-shaped lots throughout Fremont County, and I think this could be considered as one of those. And so I do appreciate our staff always following our regulations, and as Mr. Victoria said, he can't really recommend approving this because it does go against our own regulations, but fortunately, we can make that right, because that's what we're here for, is to try to make things right for the citizens of Fremont County. So I think this is one of those cases.
So on the screen, you could see the current configuration of these two lots. So,
And the separation between the two lots, what lot 325 and filing 10 and lot 14B, filing 7, that's just pinwheeling off of that?
Yep.
The dotted line going from?
Yep, so the dotted line on the proposed plat is where the current line is.
And then it's just pinwheeling to the left over?
Yep. So it currently doesn't meet, and as proposed, it doesn't meet, but it's certainly not making anything worse.
Right. Okay.
Okay, anything else?
Nope.
I would propose a motion.
Well, let me see if I can get to the right page here to get some help. Mr. Chair, I move for the approval of the lot line adjustment, 24-003 Bartle May, requesting that lot line adjustment for 1919 Arnold Drive in Cotopaxi. And let me see if I can get the right stuff that we're talking about, but the contingencies. The one contingency being the red lines on the plat to be finished before the recording. And also to
Should be it.
That's it.
that should be it.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Because we don't need to make any special motion on as regards to the,
The variance itself,
variance,
maybe?
yeah.
Okay.
Right.
That's
Thank
that's
you.
what I was thinking as well. So,
Right.
okay, I will second that.
Okay, it has been moved and seconded to approve lot line adjustment 24-003 Bartle May, 1919 Arnold Drive, with one contingency, red lines on the plat to be finished before recording. Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Grantham?
Aye.
Commissioner Bell?
Aye.
Commissioner McFall?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thanks so
Thank you,
much for
guys.
being here.
Item number 5 is a conditional use permit 99-001 for Tallahassee Pit. Ownership transfer, it's from Fred Lowry and Gerald Seifert to Shane Cooper as Dirt Guys LLC, located at 29435 County Road 2, Canyon City, parcel number 99804483. And we have Dr. Angela Bellantoni here this morning. And that's not her, because she's still back there. It's okay.
Good catch, Mr. Chair.
Tell us your name.
Good catch.
Good morning.
Good
Shane
morning.
Cooper. I own Dirt Guys. I purchased the pit from Fred and Jerry.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the CUP the original CUP is what we're gonna stick with, so.
Okay. All right. Any questions for Mr. Cooper so far?
I just would question, you're going to stick to the original CUP. I just want to make sure that you understand, that you've read, that you've seen, that you know exactly
Yes.
what you are agreeing to.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, can I get a staff report, please, Mr. Victoria?
Yeah, this one's pretty simple. Shane and Angela have contacted us. They've reviewed the file. They are aware of the terms of the permit, and they're just requesting to have it changed into Shane's name.
Okay. Any further questions or discussion?
Nope.
All right, I would entertain a motion.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Okay.
I move to approve conditional use permit 99-001, the Tallahassee Pit, ownership transfer from Fred Lowry and Gerald Seifert to Shane Cooper as Dirt Guys LLC. This is located at 29435 County Road 2 in Canyon City, Colorado.
Second.
Okay, it has been moved and seconded to approve transfer of ownership, CUP 99-001 in Tallahassee Pit. Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Bell?
Aye.
Commissioner Grantham?
Aye.
Commissioner McFall?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you all.
All right, thanks so
Thank you.
much.
Item number 6 is requesting approval for a state-issued limited winery liquor license, a room license, Pop's Vineyard LLC at 1940 13th Street in Penrose. And do we have Steve Smith here this morning? Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Morning, Steve.
Thanks for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
You betcha.
So what had happened is I applied for festivals all over the state. I was approved for a festival in June at the St. Arnold's Festival, and then I applied for another festival when we do well at festivals, that's why we try to hit all the festivals. And I was made aware that they did a rule change in July, and that I was not able to do this festival at Woodland Park. So I'm going through the process, and the thing that's ironic about it is I've had my sales room at my house since 2016. My winery is at the same address, but all of a sudden, when they made the rules change, I'm not in compliance. So I'm here asking to be in compliance.
And this is for a tasting room, right? Tell me a little bit more about your vineyard and stuff. I'm just kind of interested. I've heard of it, but I've not been there.
I don't have a vineyard. I buy all my
You
grapes
buy all
in
grapes?
from California. Yeah.
Okay.
And Grand Junction. We have a tasting room. It's about it's in the middle of a 5-acre hayfield. We're only open on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Limited hours. I'm retired, so that's my retirement. So, but we make our wine in our basement. My son and I. It's a family business that we make our wine. We bring our grapes in from California, and then we make our wine. And I think we do a nice job of it. And I don't know what else. It's
great.
a nice area,
Thank you.
nice, comfortable. We try to be very compliant with all the rules, and neighbors all work for us, and they're all with us, and we have no problems.
Outstanding, thank you. I'll turn to Mr. Bellis here for a little explanation.
Okay.
Thanks, sir.
So Mr. Smith's point about being somewhat frustrated with the state licensing process, it really is well taken. This is a situation where the state licenses his sales room, his tasting room, but does give the county an opportunity to participate in a negative way and allows the county an opportunity to object. But that's really not the way that we do things here in Fremont County. This Board of County Commissioners certainly supports local businesses, encourages their expansion, and supports economic development. So we are basically taking this opportunity to decline to participate in a poor state process and participating instead in a much more positive process by approving the issuance of this permit for a tasting and sales room for both on and off premises sales at Pop's Vineyard. So that's what we're on for today. It's basically for this board to grant its approval and basically put its stamp of approval on the expansion of this business.
Thanks, sir.
That which we only have the right to disapprove, we are approving.
Yeah.
That is absolutely correct.
That's what it boils down to. One of another great programs and frustration. So we get that. So I don't know if we even need a motion really for that. I guess
let's make a motion.
Let's make a motion. Let's make a stand. Yeah.
Could I comment first?
Absolutely.
Mr. Chair? Yes. First of all, just thanks for being here, because this is one of the weirdest, we don't have to approve, but we have the opportunity to disapprove. And so don't think we're going to do that. .com. And you do some really cool things. It looks like you have some music occasionally out there. live music. You also create custom labels for anyone who wants custom labels to go onto your wine, and so businesses might be interested in doing that. So I just wanted to say there are a lot of pictures, wine selection, different things. Check out that website. Go take a look at it and see all of the things that you do, because it looks like it's an amazing place. So thank you.
Bless your heart for giving me some advertisement.
Absolutely. So with that, Mr. Chair, I would like to move to approve this state-issued limited winery liquor sales room license for Pop's Vineyard LLC at 1943 13th Street in Penrose.
And I would only add to that, in my second, the wonderful opportunity to thumb our nose at the faulty state process.
Once again, yes, anytime we have the opportunity.
Still second.
It has been moved and seconded for approval of this silly process that the state makes them go through. Any further discussion?
But for a wonderful...
venue, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Bell?
Aye.
Commissioner Grantham?
Aye.
Commissioner McFall?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you, sir. Good luck.
Thank you very much. And could I make one request? If you could send that into the Liquor Commission so I could see if I could still make the Woodland Park Festival as soon as possible. I appreciate it.
It'll be signed here just directly. Yep.
All right, thanks for coming.
Thanks, sir.
Good luck.
Item number 7 is approval of a contract for advanced professional services for Fremont County building security.
Yes, sir.
Croce.
Yes, sir. So on July 10th, Advanced Professional Security Services was selected from 3 vendors to provide building security coverage for the County Administration Building, the Garden Park Building, and the Department of Human Services. This award was in response to the Fremont County bid that was posted on the Fremont County bid portal on May 13th, 2024. We were very impressed with the depth and clarity of their proposal. Their team's qualifications and experience in private security were particularly compelling. They have over 1 million man-hours of security services performed since 2008 and focus on hiring individuals with previous law enforcement and military experience. They believe in hiring local staff, and they also provide a robust pre-service training curriculum, and staff receive specialized in-service training from law enforcement professionals to augment and update their security skills. APS also ensures that staff have been subjected to appropriate background checks. They will also have relief staff trained and able to provide coverage for vacation, sick leave, or personal days. This is important because it provides daily coverage for all our buildings during regular work hours. A supervisor security officer will also be responsible for the security staff assigned to Fremont County and available 24/7. And they've also assigned a project manager, BJ Thomas, to work with us on any issues or concerns we have.
Okay, thank you. Any questions? Comments?
I do have a comment/question, I guess. First of all, I was also very excited by their submission. It was so complete and they had so much information here, so I think it's going to be a really great partnership with them. I would just ask you about a start date, a time frame. Do we have a solid or an expected?
So once the contract is signed today, if you agree to sign it, we will start working with them on an implementation date, which I would expect would be no more than 2 weeks.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
Just to reemphasize, we're talking about covering this building, Garden Park, and DHS.
Yes, sir.
But the same individual for here in Garden Park.
Yeah, yes, sir. We'll have one staff member that will be assigned to the county administration, building, and Garden Park with the expectation that they are visible and walk around both parking lots, grounds, buildings. And then there will be one staff member assigned to Department of Human Services.
And the point of that is that's back to the same coverage that we had.
Yes, sir.
Prior.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And I guess it's kind of unbelievable that we have to have security in these buildings, but there are some individuals that don't get along with other people, and we need to protect the staff that work here and the individuals that are doing business in here. So that's the reason for this. With that, I'd entertain a motion.
Well, Mr. Chair, I would move for the approval of the contract with Advanced Professional Services for our Fremont County buildings security.
I second.
Has been moved and seconded for approval of the contract for advanced professional services for Fremont County Building Security. Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Grantham?
Aye.
Commissioner Bell?
Aye.
Commissioner McFall?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you. And item number 8, request an issuance of a malt venison spirituous and fermented malt beverage special events permit for Colorado Trappers, Predators, Hunters for an event at Pathfinder Park, an event center, 6655 Highway 115 in Florence on August 9th from 4 to 9 and August 10th from 4 to 10, 2024. Mr. Dan Gates, good morning.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate
Good morning.
it. Hi.
Tell us a little about your event, sir.
Well, I brought some accompanying literature. If you wouldn't mind me approaching, I could actually give it to all the commissioners.
Sure.
There's 3 different flyers here. It's the same event that we did last year, only we were able to expand on all of the stuff that we accomplished last year. And I think that you guys will be not only pleased, but maybe surprised at what we're able to accomplish this year. So with that, I'll approach.
Thank you.
Mr. Chair.
Thanks, sir.
A couple of big flyers. And then I've also got the Chuck Wagon dinner flyers for the Friday evening as well. There you go, sir. Perfect. So it's a 2-day event. We're asking for permission to be able to sell beer on both evenings, one at the Chuck Wagon dinner that we'll have from 4 until 9 p.m. on Friday, August 9th, and one from the banquet on Saturday night that we were duplicating and emulating from what we did last year, and that will be from 4 p.m. until 10 p.m. on Saturday night, August 10th. We have the same staff that we had last year. One lady works at the VFW as a bartender, another one is a bartender, so they both know the laws, rules, and regulations pertaining to the specific event and the legitimacy of being able to serve alcohol. Some of the commissioners were at that event last year and saw what we did, and I think that we did it fairly appropriately, and we're able to sell the beer at a reduced rate, but we actually had a good fundraising opportunity because all the beer was donated by Keg One out of Colorado Springs, as is the same occasion this time too. So we really appreciate Fremont County being a sponsor of this event, but we've already secured in excess of 100 motel rooms for individuals that are coming on in 1, 2, or 3 of the nights. And we've still got 3 weeks before the event, so we're anticipating that additional people will end up coming and staying as well. And then we've got camping on site at the Pathfinder Park that we've been working with Jeremy McNeely on, similar to what we had last year, but we think it's going to be a little bit more extensive. And I've been working with the fire department in Florence for the Chuck Wagon dinner on Friday night, and he saw no problem with anything, was willing to also talk about supplying additional services from their staff. And then the BLM is going to be there as well, as long as you guys are fully aware of the Parks and Wildlife staff that'll be doing a lot of the seminars, demonstrations, hunter education classes as well. But the liquor license itself will only encompass the 2 evening events on the Chuck Wagon dinner and then on the banquet on Saturday night. No alcoholic beverages to be served during the days, either day.
Dan, thank you. It's a great event, and you've given us a lot of information, but for the record,
yes, sir.
Why are you making this money? What is this money going to go toward?
So all the money that we generate from this particular event goes to the mission of the Coloradans for Responsible Wildlife Management. The madness. and the mission is to support, to enhance, promote, and defend the North American model of wildlife conservation and responsible wildlife management. As you're fully aware, Mr. Chair, that several ballot initiatives are coming before us this year in the state of Colorado. And the majority of the money that will be made for this particular event are going to help on those ballot initiatives. The one which is being certified or validated through the Secretary of State at this point in time is Initiative 91. That's the hunting ban on the mountain lions and bobcats. And so the banquet itself is called Save the Hunt. And with the website with CRWM partnering with the Colorado Trappers and Predator Hunters Association, which I'm the president of, trying to generate as much funds as what we possibly can and catapult our efforts and the success we've been able to gain over the last 10 months of being able to turn around and promote this from a nationwide perspective, because it's becoming a nationwide issue.
It is. I appreciate that. I was talking to a gentleman just yesterday who lives in western Fremont County and has been attacked twice by a mountain lion within his front door. And to ban that only increases the chance of that happening more and more, and not just in the mountains, but in town. So appreciate your efforts for that.
Thank you.
Commissioners?
I'll just appreciate your efforts in this event. Honestly, when Pathfinder was under construction, I think, not to speak for you two, but I think I'm safe in saying that this was the kind of event that we have in mind when we saw the potential for Pathfinder, and we really appreciate what you're doing with this event. And
Thank you.
Is this our second year at this? Or
Yes, sir. This will be the second year on site, and we're hoping to be able to make this a permanent home. I mean, as long as I've been president for the Colorado Trappers and Predator Hunters, our bylaws have required that we move the thing around the state so everybody gets a chance. But it's becoming more cost prohibitive to do that, and it's almost like building a small town and infrastructure wherever you go. So you're looking for porta pots, and you're looking for lodging, and you're looking for security, and you're looking for caterers and everything else that comes along with it. And that becomes more difficult to be able to put on a bigger, better, meaner, faster, stronger event. The catalyst to this is the ballot initiatives that we're seeing at this point in time that's brought national attention to this specific issue. And as the stars align, I become the tip of the spear. The organizations become the tip of the spear as far as the ballot initiatives, and that's why it's gaining such significant interest. If you look at the attendees that are coming, the presenters, I mean, these are nationwide guys. I mean, they've got followers of 2 to 3 million people, and I don't think they're going to bring them the Pathfinder, but just the recognition that they're bringing along with it and the importance of the issues to be able to support this, and we're not paying for any of that. They're coming on their own free accord. And if you look at organizations like Shields and Quiet Cat and some of the major contributing sponsors, they see the value in this, and it's bringing some attention to Fremont County. But the biggest thing is bringing attention to the conservation efforts and the science-based wildlife management that Colorado Parks and Wildlife actually supplies to us, and that's part of the overall message as well. And we're proud to be proud to have them as a sponsor and be partners with them.
Thank you.
One of the things I would mention is I went last year. It was an amazing event, but talking to some of the people who were there who did talk about how, yeah, we've done these around the state, but their comments were, we've never seen anything like this place.
No.
People were telling me, we hope that you let us do it here every year. And so this is something that the three of us believe in so deeply that we have allowed Fremont County to actually be a sponsor for this event because we think it's really important. We think that the work that you do rises to the level that, yes, we do need to help you sponsor this. And so I know last year's event was an incredible one. This does take place right after the Fremont County Fair. And so Pathfinder Park is going to be hopping.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So having said that, I do have just a couple of quick questions about the license.
Yes, ma'am.
You talked about the same people who had served last year are going to be serving this year. Are they certified? Are they tip certified? And how will you control who drinks and make sure that underage people do not?
So they are certified. The one at the VFW is certified. I'm not particularly sure of the other individual, but the same individual. But they will be carding and making sure that everybody is in compliance with the law and the regulations. And then as far as the specific area, we're going to have that either with snow fence or some sort of barrier that Jeremy's going to help us on the outside event for the Chuck Wagon Dinner. And that'll be on Friday night, August 9th. The inside stuff, you saw how we ran it last year. We intend on running it exactly the same, no alcohol outside of the facility. Inside, we're gonna let people do as they see fit. What we did see is a lot of people bellying up to the bar, so to speak, with designated drivers and so forth, which we were proud to see. But they were very astute in making sure that there was no nefarious actions where somebody was coming up and purchasing alcohol for somebody there at the tables or whatever that wasn't able to be able to legally consume it. And we're willing to turn around and take that upon ourselves as well. But because we've got support from the Fremont County Sheriff's Department, not only for security and Colorado Parks and Wildlife and other law enforcement staff there as well, at least it gives us a barrier of authority that helps protect what we're trying to accomplish. And we'll do whatever we need as necessary. The inside stuff is not as difficult than what the outside stuff will be, but the way that we've got it set up for the Friday night event with the Chuck Wagon, you can see on the map, I think that was attached to your guys' documentation, where we're going to serve the alcohol. Then we're going to have a wild game contest, calling contest on that Friday night at the same time. So all of that will be confined underneath of the pavilion, and the sales will be right outside of the learning structure. And nobody will be able to be able to carry it out of that specific area. So they'll be able to do it for dinner, and they'll be able to turn around and do it for the wild game calling contest, which, if you're so inclined, Commissioner Bell, if you want to turn around and bring your husband Charlie, who probably knows how to cluck like a turkey or to turn around and call an elk, I'd be more than happy to accommodate him and put him on the stand.
Well, I'll ask him, I'll just let you know, the best I can do is a cricket. That's
Okay.
the most wild imitation of anything that I can do, so.
Well, we don't have any classifications for that, but we'll be more than happy to incorporate that.
All right, thanks, Dan.
Can I get a staff report, please?
Yeah. So this association turned in their application on June 24th, which was more than the 45-day requirement. They submitted all the necessary paperwork at that same time. The map was adequate, so the sheriff recommended approval, as well as the health, because they entered their event coordinator application that stated, you know, how to keep everything sanitary and keep people safe. So with that being said, clerk's office recommends approval.
Thank you. Okay, any further comments, questions, concerns about a motion?
I have one of those.
Okay.
With the comment, thank you for getting this in so early, because we just set a special meeting for another event that did not get their paperwork turned in time. And so I just wanted to mention that and let you know we really do appreciate you getting it done far ahead of time and letting us take care of this before.
Thank you very
So,
much, Commissioner.
with that, Mr. Chair, I move to approve the issuance of a malt, vinous, and spirituous and fermented malt beverage special events permit for the Colorado Trapper Predators Hunters for an event at Pathfinder Park Event Center in Florence on August 9th from 4 to 9 p.m. and on August 10th from 4 to 10 p.m. in 2024.
Second.
Has been moved and seconded to approve the malt, venison, spirituous, and fermented malt beverage special events permit. Any further discussion?
One more thing.
Yes.
I did give our last visitor at Pop's Vineyard the same advertisement, so I will let people know. Anyone who is interested in more information can go online to ColoradoOutdoorsMensDays.com.
Yes,
so
ma'am.
go check it out. There's a lot of stuff going on.
Thank you very much. And if, with the chair's approval, I'd like to make one comment in reference to staff. I'll just let you know that the Pathfinder manager, Jerry McNeely, is nothing more than nothing less than exceptional. And the staff that we've had to deal with out there, or had the pleasure to deal with, has been very accommodating, not just through last year, but this process as well. And that the county staff as well, although new to some degree, was able to turn around and kind of guide us and us walk them through what we tried to accomplish last year. And everything was very expeditious and very professional. So I'd like to comment on that.
Appreciate
Awesome.
that.
Thank you.
Appreciate those guys as well. Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you.
very much.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Bell?
Aye.
Commissioner Grantham?
Aye.
Commissioner McFall?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you. That is it. Thank you
All right.
very much.
Thanks,
Appreciate
Dan.
it. Good luck. We'll
Appreciate
see
it.
you there.
Good luck.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks for the time.
With no further business before us, we are adjourned.